Welcome to Hang Tuff Survival. My name is Robert and I'm going to review Clark's Mark2 Hammock. This is a 2-in-1 hammock designed to go on the ground or hang between trees. I'm going to set up the hammock in a tree in the backyard before I go on a camping trip. Clark does recommend a triple knot cinch up on a drip ring such as these. I don't like taking nylon rope and tighten it down in a real tight knot. So I'm going to use the drip rings that they supply with the hammock and tie what I call a butterfly noose. This butterfly noose is designed to not kink the nylon, and I call it the butterfly because I make two loops through the drip ring which look like a butterfly, and I'll show you that now. I'll take that on the trail and see how it works in the field this weekend. The pack comes with the nylon rope, and you can see I've installed a drip ring on this one, and all it is a single loop around the drip ring, as you can see, and that goes around the tree and then back around. I'm going to go about head height, put my loop in, and let's bring that all the way to the tree as much as possible. Then I'm going to bring the other string back from the tree, back through the ring, make a loop around the ring, and back through it. And you can see now we have what looks like a butterfly in the drip ring. Now what I'll do is take the leftover string, run it back through both butterfly loops, and then tighten that down. And you can see we have a nice tight loop. I can easily adjust this, and it will give me a nice drip. It would be nice to have the drip ring further down, but being I'm doing a 16-foot span here, we're not going to have that luxury. For this end of the tie-up, I'm going to get a close-up so you can see how I tie the butterfly cinch on the drip ring. I simply slide the drip ring down the line and then bring the loose end back through the drip ring, making a simple ring around the drip ring, something like this. I then take the line around the tree about head height and slide the line from the tree back through the drip ring, something like that. I then take the excess string back through the drip ring, producing two loops which look a lot like a butterfly, therefore hence the butterfly name. This is not a knot, it's essentially a cinch tie around the drip ring, which prevents kinking and producing knots in the nylon rope, which over time can stress the nylon. This would be much better to have a strap around the tree, but if you don't like the additional weight, or if you had a set of trees that were a lot closer together, then you could take this string and go around the tree twice in order to get a better wrap around the tree. But when I'm doing 16-foot spans, we're only going to be able to go around the tree one time. So I'd like to test it out and see how it works. Once I get the two knots on the butterfly, I'm then going to push back on them and loosen them up a little bit and bring the excess string back through both knots, like that, and then you can see we have one butterfly here, the second butterfly here, with the excess string wrapped through the two, and that produces a very tight cinch that will not kink my nylon rope. Okay, now you can see the hammock has been tied up. It is a 16-foot span, which is about as the longest span that you could do on this hammock, maybe 17 foot. You can see we do have a little bit of leftover cordage on the end, so that would obviously give me a little more, but we have almost no cordage on this end of the drip ring, and you only get a single loop around the tree. Now the hammock has a foot end, which is here, which is a little bit higher. I adjust the tension of the fly to the furthest clip, and you can tie it to this one later, but I just kind of want to get the rain fly off. So again, here I put it on the last clip. You can see this is the zipper end, which is the foot end, and you can see this is the camo cover, tent cover, and then there's the mosquito net underneath. Both are connected at the base here. They do not come apart, as you can see here, and they both zip all the way off on this end here, which is the head end. So let's go ahead and put the poles in, and we'll sit in it. The Clark Mark 2 hammock comes with some Y stakes if you want to stake the hammock to the ground, and some hammock poles to spread the hammock out. One end is a little bit longer than the other, and I also put these in a bag within the Clark bag just to make sure that I don't puncture the hammock when I'm stuffing it in there. So I will probably replace this bag with a Cuban fiber bag that's a little bit lighter weight. These are reinforced steel, and they have a bungee cord to hold them together. But you can see these are about 2 lengths longer on the head versus the foot. So let me install these now. First of all, I put my zippers at this location. I'd put them on this side if I'm entering the hammock on this side, or I'd put them in the exact other opposite side if I were going to access the opening from the other side, depending on my terrain. But I like to have these close to the bottom so I can reach this right here once I'm inside the hammock to close up the hammock and bring it to this point. The netting, which is this 2 sets of zippers, do not have an inside zipper, so you cannot open this from the inside. Well, why the opening does. All these are double zippers. You can see double handle zippers, and so I will leave these about right here. If I want to take this off, the weather covering, I would zip this off and take it off the hammock before I got into the hammock. But this is the main access to the hammock with these double zippers here. I'll leave them about right here. It's best to have it all zipped up in order to put these rods in. I will begin by putting in the foot rod. I will take the rain fly and bring it back as far as possible and feed in the rod from this side. I do not feed it into this initial clip and this lower small clip, as you can see here. I'll do that at the end. But what I want to do is just feed it through, and these rod brackets make it a little more difficult to feed it in. They do catch, but it's not a big deal. I'd rather have the strength on the rod than have a rod that is a little bit easier to feed. It's not that big of a deal. I just feed it through. Once I get it through on this end, I feed it through the little hoop here that you can see, and then I feed it into the into the clip here. And then I feed the rod through, pressing out, and then feed it through the small rod and into the leg, just like that. Now let's do the other end. Now we'll install the head end, and again we do the same thing. Start off with feeding the rod through the first loop and into the second. You can see you have to work a little bit to get it over these reinforced bars. And then on this end, we take it through the little small loop and into the little pocket at the end. Our rain fly will connect to this once we have it installed. Feed the tensioners through. And you can see it pops up fairly quick and easy. Now I'll take it through the little loop on this side and back into the little slot pocket here. And you can see we're set up. I'll go ahead and bring our rain fly up and over. And we'll connect the rain fly to this latch here. I'll go ahead and connect all four of them up and show you how it looks. Now I'll attach the rain fly on this end, connecting the rain fly clip to this ring. The same way on this end, as you can see. And you can see this is not as, it doesn't want to flip over as much as I thought it would. Once in this position, it wants to stay there. Again, I'll set the rain clip on this end. There you go. And I've already got this one set. On this end, I'll tighten the rain fly to the shortest end clip, like this. And then I'll bring this clip around and into this round clip right here. And that'll give you your protection from the rain. And I'll do the same on the other end. Now that we got the rain fly on, I'll take it off and get in the hammock so you can see what it looks like getting in. I'll also bring the camera inside and give you an idea of what kind of shoulder, head room, and foot room that we got. I'll start by taking the rain fly and moving it back as far as possible. I'll start with the zippers at the midway, and I'll open them up and bring it to the halfway mark here and bring that back. Now you can see we can access the hammock, and I'll go ahead and get inside. And you can see if the rain fly is put back to the far back, this is a very easy hammock to sit in without too much ridge line in your way and things like that. As you can see now, my feet have plenty of room with my feet up a little higher than my head. We're at a very
flat level. It's not very banana shaping. You can see we have a lot of room up here at our feet. As we come up to the top, you can see that we have quite a bit of room above me and quite a bit of shoulder room. Okay, here you can see that I've got the rain tarp and the weather cover off, and we just have the screen on. It gives you a little more light to see how much leg room we have, and you can see it's quite a bit. If I turn around and show this side, you can see that again we have good shoulder room, and the same way on this side, and give you an idea of what it looks like at the top. It's quite a bit of headroom, and you can see that if I wanted to sleep on my side, that wouldn't be a problem either.
To wrap up this video on Clark's Mark 2 2-in-1 hammock, I'd like to give you my initial impressions and some weight on this hammock. My initial impressions are that the hammock is very good, very versatile. Sometimes I get myself caught above tree line, and I can set this hammock up on the ground and sleep in it like a tent. I'm very happy with the bottom of it. It's very strong, very durable, so I can set it up on the ground. While at the same time, if I'm in the trees, I can hang it up in a tree on some very unlevel, steep terrain. To give you some weights on this, we'll zero out, and you can see we're at 4.12 pounds. Very light for such a versatile hammock. That includes the rods and 2 Y-stake. I hope you learned something from this video on Clark's Mark 2 Hammock. If you did, please like this video, and please subscribe to my Hang Tuff Survival channel.